Hi everyone, welcome to the Wednesday Homework Club. Today we'll be seeing everything that we are learning this week for piano, guitar, and music theory. All right, let's dive into it. So for the little ones, we are looking at the next song from the John Thompson's book, which is Blow the Man Down. Okay, it's a 3/4 time signature, as you can see here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And keeps going. All right, so for this song to make actually sense musically, you need to play it really fast, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But for playing it that fast, of course, we need to learn it first and obviously practice it a lot. So let's look at the song. All right, let's look at the music score. And as I was telling you, 3/4 time signature, you see? And we're going to use both hands. As you can see, the top line shows the right hand and the bottom line shows the left hand. There seems to be no notes that are done together with right and left at the same time. As you can see, every time we play with the right, there's nothing on the left. Every time we play with the left, there's nothing on the right. So that should be easy then. This song actually is really easy when you realize what it's doing. Constantly, it has 3 crotchets, and 3 crotchets, and 3 crotchets, and then just a dotted minim to hold it for 3 beats. So it's pam 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 pam. Okay, let's look at the first line. First line. The notes are D, E, D, okay, with the right hand. D, E, D. We know already that D, we're meant to play with finger number 2. Why? Because C would be finger number 1, then D is 2, okay? So D, E, D, right? 1, 2, 3. And then the left hand goes B, G, B, with the left hand, with second finger. B, G, B. Okay. Easy, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right hand does the same thing again. And this dotted minim on B with the left means we hold it for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that first whole line, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, so it continues very similarly. You see, dotted minim, 1, 2, 3. Then here, there's something a bit more complicated. There's a minim, and then there's a crotchet. So it would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so in this case, this particular note is A. Okay, where is A? I'm playing A with my finger number 3, left hand. So we've got the minim first. We've got the minim for 1, 2, and then the 3, we play it again as a crotchet. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3. Then the song goes very similarly for the whole time. So it's always crotchets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then there's dotted minims, a lot of them. And in some special occasions, we got a minim and a crotchet. 1, 2, 3. Here as well. 1, 2, 3. So I'll play it very slow for you first, and then I'll play it as it's meant to be played. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? You see, it's a little bit boring when you play that slow. It doesn't make much sense. You'll see now when we play it fast. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll be quiet. I'll stop saying 1, 2, 3. Maybe it could be a little bit annoying. So just listen to the song. Keep the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in your head. Very good. Okay, now you go and practice very slow first, and then you can start increasing the speed as you get better. All right, now for my beginners, I'm teaching you this week. As you know already, and you've been practicing, I'm sure, I've been teaching you arpeggios. Arpeggios. What are arpeggios? So the basics of arpeggios are the chords themselves, and we've been looking at the chords for a long time now. So a chord, what is a chord? A chord are 3 notes played at the same time. Okay, we obviously know our C major chord. All right, we also know our A minor chord. Yeah, play it with me, please, so you remember. F major chord. We know the G major chord. Okay, so we know the chords. Now let's focus on one of them, C major. C major chord. Now, what are the 3 notes of the C major chord? Well, we got C, we got E, and we got G. Easy, right? So we play C, we skip 1, we play the next one, we skip 1, we play the next one. 3 notes. So the arpeggio would mean I'm going to play them separately, one at a time. Okay? But I'm going to add the next C. So from C to C, adding the notes of the chord as well. So the notes of the chord and C again. If it starts on C, finishes on C. And I'm going to use different fingers, not these ones, because I need to play C and not with my left hand. I need to play with my pinky. So how am I going to do that? Well, we change the fingers. We're going to use always finger 1, 2, 3, and 5. Forget about finger number 4, please. Finger number 4 is not gonna play today. So, like this. 1, 2, 3, and 5. So, 1, 2, 3, and then 5. You see? Okay, just play it with me, please. C, E, G, C. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so the exercise that we are doing is going up and down, up and down, up and down, like for 3 or 4 times. Let's do it 3 times. All right, let's do it again together. Very good. Let's do it a bit faster now. I love playing arpeggios and getting as fast as I can. All right. Now that was the C major arpeggio. What happens with, say, for example, A minor? You know the 3 notes of A minor? It's just like C major. Only thing is that I start on A. So I play A, I skip the next one, I skip the next one. And I got my 3 notes. Now the arpeggio. 1, 2, 3. And my last note with the pinky will be A again. Okay, let's do it together. we're not using the fourth finger. Forget about it. Okay, next, let's do, for example, F major arpeggio. Let's go to F. Find the notes of F. Here, right? Could be here as well. Same thing. Let's do it here for now. So it's F, A, and C. Those are the three notes. Now, I also need the next F for the arpeggio. So, fingers 1, 2, 3, and 5. From F. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, let's just leave it there with these three chords. Although you should be able to do all of the chords now. Very good. All right, now for my guitar students, we've been looking at the pentatonic scale. For this, I am going to take my background off because backgrounds don't get on too well with guitars, apparently. So, there we go. Okay, got my nice chroma. It's called chroma, all right. It's green screen. All right, so pentatonic scale. This pentatonic scale, we use it, you know, for when we're playing, I don't know, the blues or in any rock band or pop band. And we have some instruments, and some of them are playing chords. And some of them are playing a solo, right? Like. Okay, how do you do that? How do you know which notes to play? Is it not random? And it's not always just because the musician is so talented. You have some rules to follow in order to play the correct notes. And one of those rules is being able to play the pentatonic scale. Pentatonic scale, we can play it from whichever note we want. So let's actually learn it from A. Okay, we're going to play two notes for each string. Okay, so we got this string, this string, this string, this string, this string, and this string. Okay, so it's always two notes. Look at this: 1 and 2, then 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But which notes? Well, I'll show you now. It's always, in the case of this A, in the case that we start on A, this is the number 5, yeah, fret number 5, okay? So we'll do 5, and then with the pinky, 8. Okay, make sure you don't do 7, it's not 7, it's 8. That's 5, then it's not 6, it's not 7, it's 8. So it's 5, 8. Now we got our two notes. The two notes of that string, 5 and 8. The next string will be also 5, but instead of 8, I'm gonna do 7 with this finger. So it's 5, 7. The next string is also 5 something. It's 5, 7 again, same finger. The next string, it's also 5 and something. 5 and 7. And the last two strings are 5, 8 again, and 5, 8. Okay? So 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. So basically, you can think about it this way. It's always 5, 7, apart from the lower string and the two thin strings. So yeah, 5, 8, then 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, and then 5, 8, 5, 8. And the way you have to practice it is going up and down. Always finish on the first note that you started. So 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. 8 5 8 5 7 5 7 5 7 5 8 5. A bit more difficult to pronounce the numbers backwards. Okay, so this is very useful to play solos, like using those notes. Once you get ready, once you get a lot of practice with this, you can start playing some of those notes at a random pace, random rhythm. Just feel the music. You see, I'm only using notes that I play on the scale. This note, this one too, this one too, this one as well, this one too, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. For example, not this one. I never played it on my scale, so we're not gonna use it. If you play, it's gonna sound bad. Not this one either. This one, yes, it's a 7 on this string, but not this one. Yeah, it's not random. Very good. All right, so that was for guitar. And now for my music theory students, let's revise a little bit more what it means to read the, let me just, here. What it means to be able to read the notes on the stave using ledger lines. Okay. Last week I explained it, so if you want, you can go back to last week's lesson and look at the explanation. But now we're gonna do some practice. Okay. So we got the treble clef stave. Oh, this is loading. Okay. Treble clef stave and bass clef stave, and they're connected. Okay. They are connected, simple as that. Now, this is my middle C. Oops, I don't want to use purple. Yes, that one a bit harder. There we go. Okay, this is, oh, the size of the, there we go. In the middle of those, it's middle C. Okay, so look at this. That's middle C, both for the treble clef stave and also for the bass clef stave. That's also middle C. It's the same note. That C that's in the middle of the piano. Yeah, that's middle C. Okay, so that's clear and that's easy to understand. But what happens when, oops, what happens when I have E here, for example? All right, on bass clef, sorry, on treble clef, it's easy. That's E. We all know it. But what about bass clef? How to write that same E on bass clef? On bass clef, that same E, that's almost at the middle of the piano, next to middle C. It's around there. It's there. But that's like, it's impossible to actually read if you don't have some guides. So we do have guides. We have the first ledger line, which was meant to be middle C, remember? And the second ledger line, which is E. Okay, that's E. And if you want to check it out, look, this is E on bass clef. And look at this. You see? It's E on treble clef. It's that same E. You only need to make sure you count this middle C ledger line, which is not going to be there always for you. So just count on it. Then you can count properly. All right, so let's do some exercise and let's do it together, okay? You try to guess which note I am trying to... Okay, there we go. So first we're gonna do it on here. Okay, so on this, that's, which note is that? Come on, I'll give you some time. What's that note? Quick, treble clef, easy. G, there we go, you guessed it. Okay, so now tell me which number ledger line it's that G on. On bass stave, okay? I'm just gonna take this off. All right, how many ledger lines do I need to draw down here? This is obviously on a ledger line, but how many do I have? Let's check it out. Okay, so I have one that's here, another one that's this one, and the middle C one, remember? You always have to draw it yourself. Okay, now let's just check it out. That's G. That's how you write G on the bass clef stave. 3 ledger lines. All right. Now let's do another one. Let me just take this off. Okay, let's do another one, but the other way around. Now I'm just gonna draw a note on here. So a little bit more difficult. Let's say this note. What is that note on bass clef? Come on. All cows eat grass, remember? All cows eat grass, so that's E. Okay, that's E. How do I find that same E, which by the way, it's not that E on treble clef. Yeah, it's not that one, it's a lower one. All right, if this is middle C, this E is lower than middle C, so it's not above middle C. Okay, on the piano I'm talking about. So how do I find that middle C, that E, sorry, on treble clef? How many ledger lines do I have to draw? First of all, is it on a line? It's not even on a line, it's on a space. Okay, so let's make sure at least I draw this ledger line here to know how many other. So you can count. Let's count this ledger line, which would be C, and from there you can keep counting. 1, 2, 3, and that's on the space. Let's check it out. You see? 1, 2, 3 ledger lines, and just below the third ledger line it's a low E written on treble clef. We'll keep looking at this in class because I know it can be a little bit confusing. I'm doing the best I can to explain, but we'll keep looking at this for the next couple of weeks. It's very important to understand. All right, so that was all. Let me go back to my super cool Fun-Keys background. And that was all for this week. And hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. And bye-bye. See you next week and see you in class.